Okay, brief system overview. This is just to have a record of my systems as they stand January 2011. Start off, Intellivision. This was thrift store purchase, $15 with several games. The IntelliVoice attached to it came from my friend Mike. It was probably a gift because he had two, and I needed to get both of them cleaned up so that they ran on him. One or the other would run on his system anyway. His system is actually a bit quirkier than mine. His required me to hit the reset. This one runs first time every time. Okay, Atari 7800. This was also from my friend Mike. It was partly a trade for a Super Nintendo Model 2, and it was also me modifying this one and the unit he has to where it will use a standard power jack versus the power jack that originally came with. We didn't have a single working power supply for the original. Halo Edition Xbox. This came from my brother when he upgraded to a 360. I don't have the original controllers for this one, unfortunately. The black Xbox below it is a parts machine. I bought it at a thrift store so that I could take the optical drive out and replace the one in Mike's unit. It does still work, but I consider the optical drive to be flaky. Heavy Sixer Atari 2600. I don't normally go for having duplicate consoles, even on the backwards compatibility. This one is because mainly I have two games that do not run on the 7800, so I really need to have an older unit that's fully compatible. It cost me $25 at the thrift store. Model 2 NES, aka the top loader. I did buy this at a thrift store for about 15 bucks. I've got all the parts. No box, unfortunately. Sega Dreamcast. This is the only system I actually have the box for. I have literally all the pieces, all the literature, the web browser disk, everything for this one. It cost me $25 for this, all told. TurboGrafx 16 with the multi-port on it. This one was a gift from my friend Chris for giving him a hand with some of his other projects. Super Nintendo. This one is the only console I currently own that I am the only owner on. I have the controller, the pack-in game, manuals for the game, and the system itself, but no box. PS2 Slim. I bought this at GameStop. I forget exactly how much I paid for it. Okay, this one's a bit of an odd one, because I've got the Model 1 Sega Genesis with the Model 2 CD and the power base converter here. The Sega Genesis came from my friend Sean, along with a bunch of games. The Sega CD I found at a thrift store for $15 with another Model 1 Genesis that was still connected to it. Power base converter cost me $35 at a game store down in Colorado Springs. Okay, the Xbox 360. This came from my brother. This was the one that he replaced the original Xbox with. However, this system came to me with the red ring of death. He bought a new 360 to replace and asked me if I wanted the parts. I spent $80 to get it repaired. It's had to go through 2 repairs now. The second one was under warranty. Hopefully I'll be able to replace this with a Slim because, well, I'm not sure exactly how reliable this system is now. GameCube with the Game Boy player attached. The GameCube came from an old coworker. It was actually a trade for a Ren Fair ticket. I got several games with it, several controllers, a couple of memory cards. The Game Boy player was a gift from Mike's parents for helping them dog sit. N64, I believe this cost me $15. It was also a thrift store find. It had the power supply and the AV cable and the original pack. I've added the expansion pack onto this. I think I paid $20 for the expansion pack. And that should pretty much do it for the overview. Thanks.